Welcome to Tarot True Crime, where every case has a story, and through truth, justice, patterns, and profiles, we uncover what was never meant to be seen. Every card reveals a clue, and the truth is never as hidden as it seems. This is Tarot True Crime. What's going on in the Nancy Guthrie news? Clear details, please. Erase everything we know or assume to be true. Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Pentacles. There's a new investigator here that has the knowledge of putting reports, events, and information together. He has excitement. I see him bringing what he gathered together to the sheriff. He seems to know how things actually started. I feel like we are going to get information about a vehicle that was involved that may have been there during the time of her disappearance. And who owns it? 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords. There's something about her being taken to be held as a hostage. I have to say this just because I'm seeing it. She was out one day, and what I'm seeing is almost like a pickpocket. Someone stealing out of her purse. But it's almost like I'm seeing a younger person taking something out of her purse or putting something in like a tracker. The 8 of Swords and 7 of Swords together make me feel like she knew this person, and that psychological captivity was involved. Let me explain. The 8 of Swords shows someone who can free themselves, but they feel mentally stuck, like they can't see a way out. It's not always physical restraint. It's more about fear, confusion, or pressure. Now, with the 7 of Swords, this brings in someone who is strategic, sneaky, and operating with knowledge. So when I look at these together, it feels like this person used what they knew, information, secrets, or something personal, to mentally trap her. It's like she wasn't physically held at first, but she was controlled through what this person knew, which made her feel like she couldn't move or escape. I hope that makes sense. So if a family member said, and this is just an example, "Come with me, we have to leave quick," you would be more inclined to. She was being tracked before and after her disappearance. 8 of Wands. This new investigator has got it all together, putting the pieces together, matching colors on the images, seeing the rapid messages before and after. It looks like he is sure that she was only taken a short distance away. But I want to move this down and show you something. I see 4 people involved. You have the driver, the porch guy, the person who sat at home while this happened, the person that was already in her home, and here is Nancy. This is all quick action, makes me feel like the detective has pieced this together. What do we have to look forward to? 4 of Swords. The person that's responsible for this didn't realize she was being tracked. There is also someone here suffering thinking about the separation of a mother and daughter connection. Page of Pentacles. Something is significant with a coffee shop. Not sure if it's Starbucks, but something is brewing. Queen of Wands. I'm not sure if this is Savannah or Annie yet, but this person is reading reports on Nancy's financial documents, reading pages of how money was coming in and out. But it may be Annie. I just don't have enough info yet, so let's keep going. 9 of Swords. She is mortified by what she is seeing. This person is scared to pick up the phone for some reason, can't sleep at night. I mean, every time her phone rings, she jumps. Oh my gosh, how can anyone even live being this jumpy and nervous? But I see someone trying to call her, so let's clarify this 9 of Swords because she can't seem to hold it together. Queen of Pentacles, Justice. Disclaimer, nothing I say is real, and please use facts from authorities. Please, okay? Okay. Savannah is getting ready to get evidence for a prosecution, and she's starting to point her fingers. It seems like even the Christmas pictures, gatherings, the last moments with all of them together are starting to make sense to her, and something is significant about a conversation between mother and daughter in Annie's kitchen area. Did her son mention this to investigators? I don't know what that is. King of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Cups. Someone's movements were being watched, hanging out with friends, gambling, drinking, and at work. I don't know. Whatever this man likes to do. But here's where the wheel turns. A man did not realize he was being watched or even recorded when communicating with an undercover female that was recording their whole conversation. King of Cups, Six of Cups. Is this C and A meeting up to talk or AT? Oh my gosh. Please, disclaimer, nothing I say is real. You know, Four of Cups, but someone is ignoring something important, refusing to act, emotionally detached, overlooking a key evidence with the Two of Pentacles juggling two situations, balancing lies, managing money or responsibilities, but it can continue to be avoided. I hope you understand when I say someone who I am speaking on because I'm trying not to constantly say her name, Savannah, but this can't last forever like this. So what do you suggest when looking at the Nancy Guthrie case? Spirit, please, and thank you. Page of Cups, Three of Swords, and Knight of Swords. So what I am seeing is that we need to take a look into the poetry that's written, because there is something heartbreaking and aggressive about the words that were written. I'm also seeing a fishy apology coming from an aggressive authority. Something fast and aggressive is getting ready to take place. Because the three of y'all have stopped answering someone's calls, there's some kind of confrontation coming.
The Arizona sheriff at the center of the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie is facing new scrutiny, this time with local leaders. At least two Pima County supervisors plan to file a motion to have Sheriff Chris Nano's office vacated if he doesn't step down by Tuesday.
Will this actually happen? King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. I see him looking over the case they are building. He is also trying to figure out if he has invested enough time or money into a pension, something with his benefits, something like that. A lawsuit or paying some kind of money back, a hefty fine. But with the High Priestess here, it almost feels like they don't want me to connect that to Nancy's reading. One last thing. What was that argument about that came up in Cash's reading between her and Nanos that he had to get involved? 10 of Swords, 6 of Wands, the Hierophant. What I'm seeing is that this argument feels like it was about a final breaking point tied to image of porch guy, recognition, or wanting to be right in front of others. The core issue ties to expectations, a relationship commitment, moral stance, family, and even a workplace authority setting. Meet me back here.